Hello, this is HD Bailey, and I thought I'd do a little preview episode today to go over the settings and some background for Let's Play Final Fantasy 15. So let's see what we got here. I'm using, the Windows edition, on my PC here, and, with this version, I think there's actually a lot more options that you can use to change up the game with the graphics and your controls and all that, or however it works. But, not too much that's unusual here. I definitely want to use English here, of course. Normal difficulty, I think easy mode, I don't know how that works. But I would imagine whatever they're saying on the bottom there means you get a little help, but I don't think that's necessary. Let's see, for the combat, though, I do want to use wait mode, and I'll go over how that works as we go through the combat and things like that, because it makes it a little more like an RPG rather than a pure action-based game, even though this is really an action RPG. These are the sound settings that I like to use, mostly because, at least on my PC, it seems like the audio players are immensely softer than everything else. Sometimes I like to change them up a little bit for one point in time or another. But, for the most part, this works pretty well for me. We'll see how that works for you guys. Let's see, subtitles I definitely want on, since I'm going to be, commenting on everything, and sometimes I might talk over what someone is saying there with the voice acting. So, that way you can still tell what's going on, even while I'm talking there. Let's see, we're going with 2K resolution there. Everything else, I don't need a FPS counter or anything like that. But let's see, I definitely want to use 120 FPS. It makes it so much smoother. And I feel like it helps my reaction speed a bit there too. Although I'm recording at 60 FPS. But it works this way pretty well. I have no idea what most of these settings mean. I know like the resolution and the frame rate, and that's about all I really care about. All this other stuff, let me see here. With there are a couple of these that I downgrade a little bit there with the texture RAM they got here. I don't set that at the absolute highest setting, and the same thing with the shadows, but everything else is set as high as it will go there. But I reduced the texture RAM and shadows there because it seems to help make certain scenes smoother through the like cutscenes or the frame rate or things like that, more than even the actual frame rate or the resolution itself. I would think if I was getting like stuttering or something, reducing the load on the PC with the frame rate or the resolution would help lift that burden there, but that didn't seem to help at all. But this stuff did. I'm capping out on the RAM that I've got on my 2080 card. So my PC is barely able to handle this, but it works. Let's see. Okay, so brightness, nothing special. I just use Type A controls here. I like using the standard PlayStation select and cancel there. Even though this is on my PC, I'm using a PS5 controller to play the game. Although it says PS4 controller in Steam. That's just how it works right now, or whatever. But let's see, the camera. I always love dual inverted controls. I can play it either way, inverted or normal there. I think like one of the older Final Fantasy games forced it one way or the other. Maybe it was 12 or something. But I can get used to it either way, but I generally prefer dual inverted when I can do that. With the mini-map, I definitely want to keep the rotation off there so I can tell where north is on the map. is there's a lot of times when I've seen screenshots and the minimap rotates with whatever direction you're facing, but then it's like, okay, which way is north? How do I know where this is in relation to that? Because sometimes there's a little icon that's hovering over the N on the minimap, so I can't tell where north is or something. I need a frame of reference for that. So that's why I'm going to leave it like that. Vibration, I don't use for the majority of the game, but I do like using it for fishing in the game. It's a big help for that. One of the best uses of a vibration setting in a controller that I've seen, because usually it's just like, oh, hey, I got hit. My controller rumbles a little. So real. It's just distracting to me. It's not immersive. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's see. Guide, I want on. That's not like hints or tips or anything. That's just like, hey, the X button does this, the O button does that, or whatever there. So I just like to keep that on there. And, okay, yeah, that's pretty standard. Yeah, I want the menus on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Stamina bar there for, like, running and stuff. You can run out of stamina or something. Hints I don't need on there, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But, okay, so, that's how I'm handling things. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I just thought I'd go through that a little bit quick here. And let's see. Well, yeah, we're going to be going on normal difficulty. But, let's take a look at the tutorials they got here, which isn't just, like, the gameplay, but there's also a little bit of background on the story that you can get here, too. Not a ton, but, well, you'll see. Hey, how's it going? That's a strange-looking cat you got there. Oh, huh? Well, oh, do you cast Reflect on me? No, that's another game, viewers. Are you talking to me telepathically or something? Or through my cell phone? Or something? I don't know what's going on here. But, oh. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Kind of strange that they have a tutorial section completely separate from the rest of the game, but okay, I can dig it. Let's see, let's, go into the lore guide a little bit. Okay, yeah, sure. Eos is, well, the name of the world that we're on, or the planet, or whatever's going on. I don't think we can go through the doors or anything like that, but we do got these paintings that are blocked by these pillars. Great placement there. But let's see what we got going on here. Oh, okay. So they spell demons a little differently to make it sound cool, I guess. Or something. Demons, basically. But, yeah. Whoa! Okay. So like a Monster Hunter or something? I don't know. I've never played any of those games. But, oh, well, yeah. That would be the general idea. Nuts. I wonder why. It's probably not important. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll find out as we play Final Fantasy 15. What do we got going on here? Let's see. I think that's pronounced Lucii? Or Lucy? Lucis? Whatever it is. It's Lucii for the magic of Lucii. But, okay. What, we only have one crystal? Okay. Oh, okay. So like one ring or something or other going on there? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's kind of like Hex's Force in a way. This game kind of reminds me of Hex's Force in a lot of ways. Although it's not a turn-based JRPG, but, well, you'll see in some other ways. Oh, okay. So there's like, well, yeah, I guess their guards or advisors or whatever can use the same power. Well, good, good. Nuts. Okay, yeah, that would be a bummer. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I think there's only 4 of these paintings. Something like that. There's nothing, like, on these walls, but I can look around a little bit, I guess. What do we got going on here? Well, 6 of them. How lucky. Well, let's see. What is that Star Scourge anyway? I mean, I guess whatever's going on with that. But, okay. Oh, okay, so she's like, is Yorko always female or something? I would think so. But, okay, yeah, I guess she's... Oh, okay, yeah, they just heal people or something like that. Well, whatever works for you. What do we got going on here? Well, the view of the planet, I guess, or something. But, what is it? Oh, is that like Nibelheim or something? Probably just a loose reference, I would imagine. But, so we got magic and... Well, yeah, of course, as we all know, kingdoms are good. Kingdoms are good, empires are evil. We got magic and they got magic tech, I guess. Something going on. But, okay, so, oh yeah, kind of skimmed over that a little bit there. But, yeah, there's, 3 different regions to the Kingdom of Lucis there. Laid, however you pronounce it. The sky I know how to pronounce. Clean, however you pronounce it. I don't know. People don't use those words very often in the game, with the voice acting and everything. But, okay, yeah, let's, we're done with the lore here. Just to give you a little bit of background. There's also some, what is it, a Kingsglaive movie or something that goes into, like, before the plot of the game starts or whatever, but I never bothered looking into it. I just want to play the game. So, yeah, let's get into some combat tutorials. This is quite a bit different from, well, most Final Fantasy games. So, yeah, Gladio, or Gladiator, or whatever's going on. Okay, so what do we do here? Oh, okay, yeah, I suppose that would be important to know. So, yeah, the one way that you can avoid taking damage from an attack, in this case, I have the square button there. But yeah, one way you can avoid an attack is by literally phasing through it. So, yeah, the weapon or attack will just go right through you. But not all attacks can be avoided in that way. And, okay, so yeah, just keep on phasing through his attacks there. If you stay still for a while in wait mode, then, yeah, the action will stop there. So I gotta keep moving in order to keep the action going here. But, yeah, so that's one way you could do it. I think, if I recall correctly, the way phasing works is the longer you've held down the button, the more MP you use to phase through the attack. That's how MP, well, that's one of the things that MP is used for. So if you press the square button, like, just before you're about to get hit, you'll consume less MP than if you held it down for a longer period of time, though I usually don't worry about that unless I'm fighting a large group of enemies. But, okay, let's see what we got. So, yeah, if you hit an enemy from behind, you deal more damage there. So, let's see what we can do. Get behind him about, let's see, here. Not, you see, I'm not perfectly behind him. So, there we go. Yeah, I gotta be a little more to the right of center behind him. There's a few enemies that are like that. Thank you for letting me stab you in the back over and over and over again. There we go. So, yeah, if you can, it's a good idea to try and attack enemies from behind there. There's also more reasons why you want to do that other than just more damage. But we'll get to that soon enough, viewers, soon enough. Okay, so some attacks you can actually block instead of just phasing through it. Some attacks you just cannot phase through, so you can parry some other attacks. So I want to press square to block it, and then circle to counterattack. So you see, press square, then circle immediately after that. And you'll see, yeah, we get a little prompt there to block an attack if it's possible to parry the attack at all. Some attacks can't be phased through or blocked at all, so you have to just manually dodge them. I don't think they go over that in a tutorial. Whoa! Nuts. But, yeah. So let's see. Maybe I can go over manual dodging a little bit here. Or maybe not. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I can. So, like, if I hold the analog stick in a direction and then press the square button, can I do that? No, I can't. Okay. There's something else you can do with that. But, the game's not letting me now for the tutorial. So, phase through and hit him a couple times there. Block. Sometimes I can block an attack. Sometimes I can't. So it depends on whatever attack Gladio decides to use there. So you see there, I used quite a bit of MP to dodge that attack because I pressed square, long before the attack actually happened. But that time, I pressed it pretty close to when he attacked me, so I consumed less MP. Though, in a one-on-one battle, that's usually not important. So, do that. So you see, because he's using like a huge greatsword there, his attack is rather slow. So the idea is that you would dodge or block his attack, and that leaves him completely open to a counterattack or just a regular attack there. But yeah, we're good to go on that one. Let's take a look at what else we got going here. Battles are not going to be one-on-one most of the time. But yeah, we got a pretty interesting mechanic with this game, warping. How do we do that then? Oh, okay. That sounds pretty convenient. So let's see, all you gotta do is have a weapon selected, and then press triangle, you'll instantly warp straight in front of you. But I don't usually use it in that fashion, because, especially early in the game, it consumes quite a bit of MP there. So, but another thing you can do with warping is attack enemies with it there. So let's see, if I hold down the R1 button, I've got a target lock there. And I'm just going to hold the button to do that instead of like doing a toggle on or off sort of thing. So once I've got a target lock, you can instantly move right to your target and get in some pretty good damage. The farther away you are from the target, the more damage you'll deal with your warp strike there. And so unlike the first warp that I did there, you can also warp to specific locations, not just like right in front of you, let's say. So we got these little blue icons that you'll usually see on battlefields. And in order to warp to them, you have to hold down the triangle button, not just tap it once. There, like that. So like right up there, there's a warp point. So just hold the triangle button, you can go up there. And another benefit of warp points is that they fully restore your MP. So you're going to want to look around the battlefield to know where they are so you can keep your MP supply going, because warp strikes consume a lot of MP, early in the game at least. So we're locked down to our target, then we can just hit him from there. So like something I could do is warp strike, hit the enemy, and then warp back to the warp point to get my MP refilled. And a lot of battlefields will even have multiple warp points that you can move around like that. But let's see. Yeah, so the MP's on his bar in the lower right there. So yeah, if you use all of your MP, then you're inflicted with the stasis status there, which means you, for the most part, can't warp, you can't like phase through attacks, things like that. You'll slowly regenerate MP over time, but it is really slow under normal conditions. So one way you can speed up recovering your MP is hold the square button, and if you've got like a obstacle or a block that you can hide right next to or take cover, you'll regain your HP and MP a lot quicker for some reason. So that's something you can keep an eye out for on the battlefield as well. Now you notice in the upper right there, it kind of looks like a warp point, but it's like half off screen or something like that. You could still warp to that warp point there. Even though it's like a little off screen, if you're close enough, you can still warp there anyway. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to take cover here, but yeah, let's go use some warp strikes. Whoa. Okay, let's get up to the warp point, get our NP refilled. He can't hit me there anyway. But yeah, so warp up there, hit him one more time, and we're good. Yeah, you see the damage multiplier there. That varies depending on how far you are from the target there. So if you're farther, you'll deal a lot more damage that way. So, yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, enemy, well, they're going to go over various types of resistances in the game. Basically, like any other Final Fantasy game, some enemies are going to be weak or strong against different elements. But that also applies to weapon types in this game. Kind of like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, I guess. Whoa. That didn't deal very much damage at all. What's going on here? Well, let's see. So, yeah, you can tell whether an enemy is strong or weak to whatever you're doing by the color of the numbers there. You might have noticed they were purple, so they made Gladio strong against swords, or, well, one-handed swords. So, like, Gladio, though, is using a great sword, or a two-handed sword. That's considered a different weapon type, distinct from ordinary swords. So, well, let's give our own two-handed sword a try. I couldn't see the numbers there. Let me see what we can do here. Okay, those were white numbers, so he's not resistant to it, but he's not weak against it either. Let's give that another try. Oh, okay, yeah, another weapon type there, polearms. So, yeah, he's neutral to daggers as well. So, oh, sorry, kind of go through this a little quickly here. Yeah, at least on the PS4 or 5 controller, you got the touchpad there. That brings you into the main menu there. And then press X to go into gear, select our character. We've got different weapons for the D-pad there, so you can switch weapons on the go right in the middle of battle without having to constantly switch back and forth like that. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, so we select where we want to put the weapon there, and then we select the weapon type there, polearms, and select it, and now we can use that. Whoa. Okay, let's give that another try. Let me try a warp strike here. Yeah, so you see those numbers are orange there. So he's weak to polearms there. And almost everything in the game has some sort of weakness to either a specific weapon type and or an element of an attack, like fire, blizzard, thunder, things like that. Oh, okay. How do we use that then? So spells are equipped kind of like they did in Final Fantasy Adventure, where you bind them to a button and then you can use it from there. So you don't have to go through like a menu to cast a spell all the time. And are you going to let me equip it or not? Okay, well, when I get it on my menu there. Okay, so even though spells aren't they aren't exactly like equipment or like a weapon or an armor or something, you still equip it on your gear. So let's see, we go into our equipment here, and we've got the fire spell, and then we've got 5 spell charges of it with a potency, which is essentially the spell power or the attack power of the spell there. Potency can go up to 999. But for now, yeah, we just got this here. So now let's select it, select our target, press circle, boom! Yeah, he's pretty weak to the spell there. Oh, I bet I can live through this fire. You're just gonna stand in the fire there? But yeah, one thing about magic in the game, unfortunately, it has friendly fire, which means, yeah, your allies in your party can also be hurt by your own spells. So you want to either set them up so they are strong against like an element that you're using, or use your spells when your allies are not in the area. But yeah, so Gladio right now is weak to fire. Oh, okay. So yeah, in order to warp strike, well, you need an actual weapon, not like magic. I mean, so like if I want to warp strike, I need to throw my sword at the guy. But yeah, there's another way that you can figure out what enemies are going to be weak or strong against without having to do this trial and error every single time. You can look it up on the internet, or you can lock on to an enemy, and if you're in wait mode, we can... Well, hold on. Let's see. But, okay, let me see if I can do this then. Okay, so in wait mode... Okay, yeah, you see we got a sort of a scan or Libra there, and that'll tell us everything that Gladio is weak to. So, remember, orange is weak, and purple is resistant to all that there. So, from left to right, it's one-handed swords, great swords, polearms, daggers, firearms, shields, which are a weapon type, even though they help you in your defense. And then there's machinery, fire, ice, thunder, and light, or poly-elemental. So in this case, since Gladio is weak to ice, let's make an ice spell. So we go to Elemancy to craft our spells. And you might have noticed there, Carbuncle gave us some ice energy that will allow, or that we can use to craft a spell there. So it's not like a Final Fantasy, or a traditional Final Fantasy game, where you cast spells from your MP. No, it doesn't work that way here. Ironically, MP is not used for magic spells, at least not in this case. So in order to make a spell or craft it, we got these magic flasks here. So we select that, and then we select whatever element or elements you want. You could put multiple elements into a spell if you want, and then use the R1 button to use whatever energy you've got, or elemental energy you've got to craft a spell there. So, yeah, you can use multiple elements there. And then the bottom one there is for components that you can throw into the spell, but we don't have any right now. But sometimes they can add a different effect to it. Like, let's say, Venom Cast would cause your ice spell here to potentially poison the target. Things like that. But for now, we're keeping it simple here. We've got our 15 ice energy there. Select that, craft a spell, and then we can equip it. So let's see. So Gladio is weak to daggers and ice. So let's get our daggers available there. And by the way, spells can hurt yourself too, so you generally want to keep your distance when you're casting a spell, but you don't want to be too far, because then you might not even hit him at all. Okay, let me get pretty far from the guy. There we go. So yeah, we got some pretty good damage in there. And then Warp Strike with our daggers. Yeah, pretty decent damage. Okay. So now, you see, with the ice spell and the fire spell there, they're on a cooldown, so you can't just spam the spell over and over and over again. You gotta wait for them to become available again. So you could just run around until the cooldown is over. Uh-oh. What were you doing there, dude? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you see, I was too close to the epicenter of the spell there, so I took some damage. But, yeah, we'll just stab him in the back a few times, and we're good. I don't know what those report card letters mean. I don't know that it actually matters. I don't really pay much attention to it. I don't think it gives you, like, more item drops or anything tangible. Maybe it does. I don't know. But in any case, alright, let's go to the team teamwork tutorial. So, are you gonna team up with me, or how's this gonna work?
You rang?
Oh, hey! Very prompt. Okay, so what do we got with link strikes then? What are those things? So, yeah, this kind of works like Secret of Mana, or Seiken Densetsu 3, or Trials of Mana, whatever you want to call it there. So, they, do their own thing there. You can switch control to them. I'll go over that when we actually start playing the game. But let's see. So, to perform a link strike, essentially it's a combo between you and one or more of your allies. And you have to use, specific weapon types in order to initiate a link strike. Kind of like beats in Gungnir. So one way you can initiate a link strike is with a parry. Or you could do a blindside attack. Let's see. Okay. There is some amount of variance to whether a link strike will happen or not. Let's see, if I can get behind him, I can do a blindside link strike. Yeah, there's also the distance between you and your allies. So, like, if I'm on the other side of the room here from Prompto there, then, we might be too far away for him to participate in the link strike there, but I didn't get one to trigger at all here. Yeah, there's also techniques that let you somewhat control what your allies will be doing there. So let's see. So you see there, we got the L1 button that can let me use my techniques there. Let me see if I can get a link strike going. Okay, well, I can't get a parry, which can start or initiate a link strike. Maybe I can get a blindside going, though. Does seem a little tricky to do that, though. Let me give this another try. Oh, now he's got his back to pillar there. Okay, let's see. Oh, he keeps on turning around so quickly. That can be a problem. Some enemies, it is really hard to... or what is it? It's really hard to blindside, but, okay, we'll get a technique going here. Let's, so you press L1, and you select your technique, and, you deal, like, Piercer deals some damage, and I have a follow-up attack to the technique as well, so you press the circle button to do that. Most techniques have something like that. You might also notice with Gladio there's that fist icon there that reduces his... I think that reduces his attack power, or defense, or something or other there. But, okay, can I... Yeah, I want to try a link strike there. Or we could go into danger here. Okay, well, I think I can go back to the link strike part. Whoa! Jesus Christ! So, yeah, when you run out of HP, unlike almost every other game I've played, you don't die immediately. You are under the danger status. And while you're in that status, your maximum HP starts to decrease over time. And then when your maximum HP hits 0, then you die. So I could either use an item like a potion to get out of danger, or one of my allies can eventually come over here and rescue me. But unfortunately, it generally seems like the allies really don't like doing that, and they could take forever getting over to you while your maximum HP is draining away. So I generally use items in a situation like that for my own HP. But if it's someone else and I can rescue them, so walk right up to them, press the square button, I can do that pretty quickly there before they lose too much of their maximum HP. But yeah, rescue just restores a little HP, not all of it. Okay, so yeah, now we can get into items there. So you could also do that to get someone out of danger. So like if I can't find where my ally is on the battlefield, or they're too far away for me to get to them quickly, then I could have them use an item to take care of that. And they'll use an item on themselves when I select it. So you press the R2 button, you can go into your item menu here. So yeah, potions restore half of your maximum HP to your current HP. They don't restore your maximum HP though. Elixirs restore, half of your maximum HP there. And since we haven't lost more than half of it, it will restore us to full there. So we got that. You could use one on Prompto 2. This is a pretty big waste of elixirs, but I guess I just want to show you, hey, here's how the elixirs, the danger status works with them. There's other ways of restoring your maximum HP, and we'll go over that when we get to that point. Okay, let's see if I can do a link strike here against them. Oh, we got another magic flask. Okay, so let's see. Okay, a blind side would probably be the easiest way to get a link strike going, but he keeps on turning around. So let's see. No, not a link strike. And Prompto's too far away, I think. Maybe I should try staying closer to Gladio. Okay. Usually it's not this hard to get a link strike going there. I could just keep on wailing on him with my sword, but all I want to do is initiate a link strike. If the game will let me. Let's see. Okay, phase through. The thing is that Prompto, since he uses a gun for his weapon, he's, gonna be trying to keep his distance, usually. Okay. Am I gonna kill him before I can get a link strike to happen? I probably am. Whoa! Holy cow! Top that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I can't get a link strike to happen there. This is pretty bizarre. Well, if I can get it, great. But if not, well, then I'll show you when I get to that point in the game. Okay, we're not getting a link strike going here. Whatever. I'll show it to you guys later. Yeah, that is really bizarre that it didn't go through there. But, okay, let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can... Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and get a link strike to happen. Let me see, do I just start from here or something else? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get a link strike to happen. If I can get that going here, great. If not, well, I'll just skip to whenever I do get one to happen. But yeah, usually it's not that hard to get a link strike. But I guess with Gladio, it's kind of hard for me to get behind him perfectly to do a blindside link strike. There we go. Okay, blindside link strike. So you see, I got behind him. Not only did I do my blindside damage, but Prompto joined in, and we dealt even more damage together there. So that's a blindside link strike. Another way that you can do a link strike is with a parry. Hey, all right, now I can do my link strikes. So you see, when I did my parry, I pressed the square button, then the circle button, and Prompto joined in because he was close enough to do that there. But, okay, yeah, let's, oh, he's strong against this weapon type. Yeah, one thing you want to be careful for when you're, when you're attacking there is that if you're in the middle of an attack animation, I think you won't be able to parry an attack. Even if you press the button in time for it, you're vulnerable during that. Hey! Oh. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the game gets a little weird with that. And, yeah, you'll do, like a link strike, but then the game won't expects the enemy to be somewhere, and then, what is it? If the enemy is not there, you'll still go through the animation anyway, and you'll miss there. But, okay, so, what else is there? Okay, there we go. Let's see, I think there's a couple variations of these tutorials here. Let me see. Yeah, let me choose a different tutorial. Let's see, we got some practical drills here. I think this is what I was talking about. So, yeah, let's go check that out. With parries there. I think we get something a little different here. But, oh, okay. Yeah, so this time, I'm going to go with the hard parrying difficulty. Basically, it just determines the speed of Gladio's attacks there. And in hard mode here, they are immensely faster. I might not even be able to parry some of those attacks. We'll see how it goes. Whoa. Yeah, you see how much faster it was that time than in the tutorial? Different enemies. Whoa. Yeah, different enemies are going to be faster or slower than others there. But I just wanted to show you, hey, here's how the really hard ones are like that. And this is where the, the higher FPS, I think really helps me a lot. Though even then, I am not perfect. But, oh, there we go. Okay, that didn't, I think Carbuncle just rescued me and restored my HP or something. I think that's something to do with, easy mode or something there. So one thing you can do to deal with enemies that have a really fast attack speed is just hold down the square button constantly. So that way, when he does attack, you'll always be ready for it, but that does consume a lot more MP if you do that, depending on the time between when you started pressing the square button and when you actually parried an attack there. Whoops, I wasn't holding down the button there at that time. And enemies seem to have a really good intuition about when I let go of the parry button, even for a split second. But, yeah, so there's just a little drill there that you can do as well. This has no impact on the game itself. But, okay, can I get out of here? Dude? Or maybe I need to do this some more or something. Okay, we can... Do I need to, finish him off in order to get out of here? I didn't think I had to. I thought I could just, talk to Carbuncle and get out of here or something. But yeah, if you have any questions about how all this stuff works, feel free to let me know in the comments. And as you can see from this episode and what I plan to do for the LP, oh yeah, he's just getting his HP restored over and over again. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm going to be making very, very long episodes for this LP because it is a very, very long game. And I don't want this game to take a year for me to LP. So we're going to go for like 45 or 60-minute episodes to, get through the game at a reasonable pace. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. But how do I get out of here? Okay, yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, let's, get out of here. Dude, okay, phew! Yeah, wait mode activated, like, right after I selected the option there. It's like, wait, what's going on? Okay, so, let's see. We got, yeah, practical drills there. Spellcasting, a little bit there. So this one's going to be a little different than what we already did before. But, whoa! Yeah, these are some of the demons that one painting was talking about there. But, yeah, for the tutorial, we can do whatever we want. So, let's see, we got imps there. If you... Let me see here. Right, yeah, we already did stuff with the Elemancy. Oh, okay, so we just approached the guy to do stuff. But yeah, when you're in wait mode and you've got multiple enemies to select from, you can use the right analog stick, or the R3, to select a specific target. And that's one reason why I really like to use wait mode, because I can't imagine trying to do this while I'm having 7 enemies trying to murder me at once. So let's see, these guys are weak to fire. So, let's see. Well, we've already got fire ready to go. So, let's see. Let's just equip that there. There we go. So, select your target. Select your spell there. Boom! Oh, they're not weak to it? Oh, right. The goblins are weak to fire. The imp is weak to ice there. And these guys are just going to be sitting there for a while. But let me get my spell to recharge there. Okay. So, yeah, that's one way you can do that. Higher tier spells will have a wider area of effect, or AoE. So, like, if I had a Fyra or Fyraga spell, or Fyraga, however you want to pronounce it, I don't know. But, yeah, they'll hit multiple enemies at once. But remember, you have friendly fire, so you can hit yourself or your allies with that as well. So that really does kind of limit magic's usefulness. I use it every now and then, but it's not like a major thing. It's more useful for like niche situations, in my opinion. Something I'd use as like a major source of my damage there. But yeah, okay, we're done with that there. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, so one more practical drill. Just regular combat. I guess we can do whatever we want here. But we got some different weapon types here that we couldn't use before. So let's see what we got. Let's see if I press down. Let's see. Most of these weapon types I don't like using for Noctis here. But, okay, let's see. Select the auto crossbow we got there. And this is a machinery type weapon. So in order to use it there, let's see, hold down the circle button to kind of charge it up. Boom! So yeah, you can hit them like that. We could use guns, which I use every now and then. But I'm generally not a huge fan of it. Remember, only swords, great swords, and polearms can initiate, link strikes there. So I generally prefer to use those weapon types if I can help it. But sometimes enemies are going to be weak to other weapon types and not those. So I might want to use that instead there. So I am not a huge fan of machinery there because you kind of have, it's kind of cumbersome because I have to sit down and charge it for a little while. That kind of leaves me open to attack. Let me see with the shield weapon there. Let's see if I can use that. Whoop. Okay. Let's try that one again. Maybe if I can get a parry or something going with it. No, that didn't. Okay. Well, eventually he'll use an attack I can parry. Now, when you're using a shield, though, you can't phase through attacks. But I think it limits your MP consumption to a maximum of 3. Yeah, there it is. So that's an advantage of it. Whereas phasing through an attack will consume a lot more MP. And you can even attack with shields. Or a counterattack, basically. Let me see. Okay, he really doesn't want me to parry something. But yeah, I can just press the circle button to attack him with it. So I can use that. And regardless of whatever direction I'm facing, as long as I got a target lock on whoever's attacking me, I'll automatically turn around at the last second to block it with my shield there. But yeah, in general, I don't like using shields, machinery, or firearms on Noctis because of the link strike thing there. But there are some situations where I do use them. Can I get a... No, I'm not going to get a parry going here. Okay, never mind. But yeah, apparently I had to approach Carbuncle there to get out of the tutorial or something, not just... I thought I had to, like, press the X button or something there. But, yeah, we can leave the training room. You can go back into the tutorials whenever you want. Even during the main game, if you like. There are some tutorials during the main storyline, but I don't think they like go into like training details like this does. So I guess that's why they created this there, so you can just hop right into the game and go, which I'll be doing next time on the premiere of Let's Play Final Fantasy 15. This is HD Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.